Good morning, everybody. Like, we're gonna talk about Coming to America, man, and Coming to America 2. And I have to explain to everybody why we need to leave this alone with the whole comparison of the two movies. Because you gotta understand something, man. Like, and this is for people that loves Coming to America, the first one, and people that don't even really care for Coming to America, the first one. I gotta get you to understand why y'all need to leave that alone with comparing both of them. Like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. The reason I say that is because you're not gonna compare them two, because we had two different day and ages of that movie. And at the time of that movie, a lot of stuff was not being seen by black people on television. That movie is epic. That movie, to be honest, and all the movies that we always talk about in the hood, that movie should be in the movie Hall of Fame for black people in general, especially in America. That movie should be in the Hall of Fame as top 5, at the least, top 5 for movies for the black community. Like, at that time in the late 80s, like that, in the late 80s, you didn't see a movie like that. We didn't see us on television and rich black people, and it's not even, and it wasn't even, because what we did see movies where with rich white people would go to the hood, and it was funny, and we, even in a lot of the black exploitation movies, a lot of them movies, like, it was more like the black man going into the rich area or the white man coming into the hood. But we ain't never seen, at that time, we had never seen some rich black people talking about they finna go to the hood to find their girl. They gonna go to the hood and find them a girl. At that time, we did not see shit like that. You didn't see that on television. And if you did see it, it was like small scenes of it. But Eddie Murphy made a whole movie the same way with Harlem Nights. You didn't really see too many movies before you see Hoodlum, Blue Hill Avenue, like, state penitentiary. No, state property. State penitentiary too, but that movie is not going to this category. But you didn't see them type of movies about black people living like mob bosses or head bosses before you seen Harlem Nights. Yeah, Harlem Nights was funny, but it was also a boss movie. It was a boss movie for black people. Saying that, oh, we had black bosses back in the day like that too. That's what that movie was really about. But like I said, you didn't see movies like Coming to America in that time, in that day and age. So when that movie came out, every black person that had a television or even heard that you can go see this movie in the theater got glued to the television, because we never seen us on television how we be at home mingling in the barbershop, and how we go to them community centers fundraisings like they had in the first one. You didn't see that on television. You didn't see that. We went to them in real life, and you seen it in real life because you went to them. Your parents took you to them. But you didn't see that kind of shit on television. So this is how you need to take the movie, is what I'm trying to say, by comparison of the two. Take part 2 as a gift to the audience in this day and age that didn't experience what we experienced on the first one. That take Coming to America Part 2 as a gift to people that never really dug real deep into Coming to America. You just heard about the movie and just watched us people watch it, and then you start watching it. And this is not no knock on nobody that never like paid attention to Coming to America. It's like, it just, we're living in a way different day and age. Way different day and age when that movie came out. So what I'm trying to tell you is stop trying to compare them two movies. Take this movie, Part 2, as a gift from Eddie Murphy because of Part 1. Because of Part 1 is because y'all got to even see a Part 2. It did so good. Part 1 was so epic. Look how long it took to make another one. That's how epic Coming to America, the first one, is. Look how long it took to make another one. Some movies you cannot touch. Some movies is so important to the black community that even the black community don't give it enough credit. They don't give enough of the movies that shaped the hood, shaped the relationships, shaped on how what's good and bad that's going on in our lives right now. Like, we don't even give it enough credit on how these movies played a part in our lives. We don't even give, us as black people, don't even give it enough credit. We don't even do it. So that's why I said, y'all get your press out of it. Say, oh, 2 was better, and you can get your press out of it. But true people that know, that seen with their own eyes and lived it, and seen that movie go on the big screen and was surprised on how the movie went, and everybody was glued to the television like it was a show, because we was like, it's actually a movie on TV showing what we actually go through in the hood. Like, this is actually what we go through in the hood. And, you know, and showing how, like, people from another country or anything have to migrate with us and understand the poverty and understand that, oh no, you gonna have to take your ass to work when you get over here. If you look at the first one, how Eddie Murphy them did that movie, it was like painting a picture that now we take for granted. Like, we don't even pay attention to the kind of things that he showed in that movie at that time. So I say this again. Y'all take Part 2, Coming to America Part 2, as a gift. Appreciate it. Thank Eddie Murphy for it. And just understand that it was people like us that watched that first one that you can't, a lot of people that wasn't even born at that time, you do a lot of things through that movie that we learned that we do through our lives and we grew up on. And y'all gotta understand one thing though about Eddie Murphy. And not only is he one of my idols, he, like, when it comes to things that I do and the way I learned a lot of things, not only is he one of my idols, like true idol of, he painted a lot of pictures in my life, and the way he portrayed himself in a lot of his movies, especially his movies in the early years, like, helped me to survive in some of the things that I do when I step in the room and step in an environment. And it taught me how to be myself, but be respectful and still keep my dignity to the degree where I'm not feeling some kind of way when I'm in this environment. Like, a lot of his movies taught me that. And then when I got older, and a little older, and then he started making movies like Boomerang, and I was like, wow, like, now he's teaching me, go back and look at Boomerang. I'm gonna tell you, and you will understand why I say this. I watched Boomerang at that age, and it showed me that, wow, like, so that's how it feels to put on a suit and dress up, get ready for work, get your briefcase, and you go to work with your nice trench coat on or whatever. You know, you ready, and you go and you mingle the same way that at that time, mostly it was uppity black people and like smart white and foreign people was only doing that. If you was real poor, and it was rare that you seen anybody be in that position, and he showed you that, look, even people that living like this, that's making a little bit more money than you, is going through the same goddamn thing that you go through in the hood on a regular daily basis. That's what he taught me when I seen that movie. When he showed me that even the people with money go through personal relationships and go through certain things that we go through all the time in the hood. And when I looked at the movie, I was like, wow. Even to this day, I go back and look at that movie because I be like, wow, man, like people really don't sit back and look at what. That's why I feel like that's why I feel like a lot of them guys that made the movies back then like that don't really make movies no more. Because I don't think people got the message. Some of the guys, I bet they feel disgust on some of the movies they made because we took the wrong parts of the movies and, you know, and we put that into the hood, and it grew a plant that the people that created the movies didn't want that plant to grow. That wasn't the plant that they wanted to grow out of that movie. But the movie is out now, or whatever movie they made, it's here. You know, you can see it on the way we walk, the way we treat each other. But like I said, Eddie Murphy has done a very big contribute through his work in the hood that I feel like we don't give him enough credit for. We really don't. We really don't. And I'm not saying that because he's my idol. I'll just go by people's body of work. Go back and look at the body of work. Go back and look at the movies. What he did when he touched Saturday Night Live when he was a fucking teenager. A teenager. He was young. And he jumped in there with an environment that's not used to seeing a young, don't have no kind of perm or nothing hair kid mingle with all these Italian and Jewish and all different type of people. And he was like the only black guy among these people. And he took on that role as, just like Richard Pryor did, took on that role as, hey, I could do this with y'all too. Hey, what's up? And it fascinates people that's so used to being on that statue. It fascinates them to see that someone from the hood could come in and keep the straight face and don't act like a good little old boy and still mingle with people. You gotta have that ability, and I pay a lot of respect for Eddie Murphy for teaching me that. So take Coming to America as a gift. Don't worry about it. That movie, Coming to America, the first one, is in your history. That should have been in a social studies book, but they stopped teaching social studies like they used to teach social studies when I was in school. But that should have been in a book. That movie is epic. You're not gonna touch it. That movie, that's why that movie is on every television, still to this day. They still run it. They know what it did for the hood. They know what it did for America. That's why you will never compare these two movies. Just enjoy the movie that you've seen, okay? Have a good day.